I was just really lucky to be brought up around the industry and in that industry from a really young age, because my dad was so heavily involved in the music industry, and he still is, but I just remember being really young and, you know, being in the recording studio with him and his bands and just watching them lay down tracks for albums, and you know, being as young as 3 and watching them play their shows, you know, kind of like on a weekly basis sometimes, being really, really young. And I guess I just knew from really early on that that was just the path that I wanted to go down, and didn't really want to do anything else. And then when I was 7 I got my first guitar. It was kind of my prize at the end of the big treasure hunt, and it was amazing. And at the same time as, you know, kind of how cool it was, I just sort of knew that drumming was sort of where my heart was. And so when I was 11 I got my first drum kit and joined the school concert band, and you know, and then went on to high school and joined, you know, rock bands and pop bands and every kind of band and jazz bands and things, and just carried on drumming. And then after high school went on to do a course in contemporary music, and I was majoring in drums there as well, and started to branch out more into singing and drumming as well at the same time. And you know, got into a 2-piece punk girl band, and you know, we were both sort of singing, and she was playing guitar and singing, and I was drumming and things like that. So yeah, it was really cool, really fun. And that's kind of how I sort of, you know, got into the music industry. I guess I've learnt that it's kind of like what I want to do forever, but I sort of always knew that. And you know, watching, you know, like the likes of Peaches and the likes of, you know, the Kills, who we also got to open for, I guess just kind of watching the way they interact with crowds and the way they perform, you know, such different artists, but both so incredible and so engaging as well. And yeah, I guess learning to play to different types of crowds and sized crowds, I guess, we've learned along the way. And there's never, you know, not something new you can sort of learn with music, so just been learning heaps, and I can't wait to learn more and doing more of those kinds of shows and things. It was such an incredible experience. I mean, we worked really, really hard, you know, to get prepared for these shows, because they're actually our first shows as Zowie, the ones that we're doing in America. So I was really hoping for the best, because we had been rehearsing really, really hard and getting really, you know, ready for the shows, and they went really, really well. And everyone in the States who came and saw us play, you know, we got such a good response, and you know, heaps of, you know, some of my musical idols even came and saw us play, and that was an incredible feeling as well. And I couldn't have wished for it to go any other way, really. It was really, really, really cool, and we're dying to get back there. But no, both LA and New York was incredible, and I knew it was definitely a risk making those our first shows, but it was probably the best risk, because we really, really rehearsed our bottoms off. Not that we wouldn't do it for anywhere, but that was definitely a crazy thing to do, but it was really, really cool. That was kind of one of my first sort of, I guess, Bionic Pixie tracks that I wrote with Uncle Justin Philbrow in New Zealand. And I guess, well, Bionic Pixie, by the way, is the character that Zowie was before Zowie existed, and she, you know, she morphed into Zowie. And I guess like the inspiration for Broken Machine was we were both kind of listening to, and we still listen to it, is like a lot of J-pop, and I guess you can kind of hear that in some of the track, and you can kind of see that in the video as well. that was quite a big inspiration. And yeah, I guess it was an experiment that turned out really well, and yeah, like we both kind of, you know, worked on the music together, and then I went away and wrote lyrics, and then Broken Machine was born. Yeah, so that's kind of how the process was. I mean, it was fun. You know, I want to be doing this forever, and I can't wait to see what kind of Zowie evolves into, like what the next kind of character will be, or you know, I don't know what's around the corner. I'm super excited though, but you know, this is what I want to be doing, and Zowie was definitely where my heart is, but can't wait to branch off into other things as well, you know, as well as Zowie, but yeah, who knows. The debut album will be out next year in 2011, and I mean, what you can expect to hear is just totally fresh material that I've been writing this year, and with a bunch of people, and I'm really excited for everyone to hear what I've been working really hard on, and I can't put it down to sort of genres on what you're going to hear, but it's just a mix of kind of everything that I really love. You know, there's really dark elements to it and really light elements to it, and I'm really excited about the record actually, and who I've been working with on the record have been, you know, some super inspirational people and dream collaborators that have, you know, now officially called themselves Zowie fans, which is really, really cool. And you know, I've been working with people from, you know, the likes of people who have worked with, you know, Marilyn Manson, to people who have worked with, you know, Gwen Stefani, to, you know, Khalees, to super hip hop guys, to, you know, 9 Inch Nails, people who've worked with 9 Inch Nails, and such a diverse range of people, which is kind of how the album will kind of sound. There's definitely lots of genres in one, but it's kind of what I've always been into, and just mashing them all up, so I'm really, really excited about that. Thanks for having me, and I'm Zowie.